हेलो everyone, क्या हाल है? So first, let's wait for some more people, and then we will discuss about today's topic, which is hello, which is about SOP, personal statement, study plan, whatever you guys wanna call. So I know, these days, people are worried about these two documents that are necessary for applying for this particular scholarship. So today we will talk about this uh, document only. So first, I will try to explain and divide this personal statement and study plan in different sections, that how you can write. And then after that, we will have a Q&A session for like 5 to 10 minutes if you guys want. हेलो एवरीवन, क्या हाल है? कैसे हो तुम लोग? तो इंडिया में कुछ, आई नो दैट कि इंडिया में कुछ हिस्सों में जो है इंटरनेट बंद है, तो तुम लोगों का चल रहा है, थैंक गॉड जो तुम ज्वाइन कर पाए. Hello. So I'll wait for 2 more minutes and then we will discuss about this topic. I'm good. How are you? उससे पहले कोई कुछ पूछना चाहता है, कोई कुछ बोलना चाहता है? If anyone has something to say, something to ask, can ask. For the membership, I think you can join Google Pay membership if you are unable to join YouTube. Hello. Okay, so I think we can start. So I know, like in February, I think the announcement. Okay, so you are wished. Okay, I will not focus on these questions right now, and we will have a Q&A session after this video. So first of all, as you guys know, whosoever wants to apply for this, like this time, like for this 2021 KGSP, so they are worried about these two documents that are kind of important documents. Like they are important documents, right? So the documents like study plan, people are worried, and people don't know how to write these documents, like study plan and statement of purpose, or you can say personal statement, whatever they say in the application form. So first of all, we will talk about personal statement, and I would like to share my experience. I would like to share like the things that I know, that how you can write this particular document, and how you can write about you, how you can tell about you, how you can define yourself uniquely than, like, as comparison to others, so that your application will sound different if anyone compare your application with other common people. Okay, so if you want to write your personal statement, so first of all, please tell me if you guys want this video in English or in Hindi, or you want it in Hindi and English together, so we can go in that way. I want to make this video in English because there are a lot of people who always ask me, like, why don't you speak in English? Because we are your subscribers and we want you to make videos in English only, like as far as KGSP is concerned. So you guys can suggest me in the comment section whatever you want. I can. Yeah, I will upload this video, don't worry about that. Any language is fine. Okay, so mix. Okay. Okay, so I think in English it will be comfortable for everyone. So we will go with the English only today, and like I will try to explain in Hindi also a little bit, like English, right? Hindi and English both. So let's use the mix language. So first of all, I would like to share about the personal statement. So I made some notes for you guys, so which I will try to explain right now. So if we talk about personal statement, or you can say statement of purpose, so you can define this particular section, or you can divide this particular document in 4 different sections, right? So the first section would be personal qualification. Okay, where you will explain what you did before and what you want to do. Like you can tell like, oh, okay, I have done BSc, MSc or whatever, and I am applying for this. So first paragraph or first 2 or 3 lines would be your personal qualification details, whatever you did before applying the scholarship and whatever you want to do, like in addition to the scholarship. Or you can write like, I'm applying for this particular scholarship right now, right? Okay, okay, I will save. So the second part that is important is personal identity. So in many of my videos, I already talked about this section, right? In this section, you can explain about yourself. So see, you don't need to go to any Google site or any search platform and try to find something there. Okay, just try to think, who are you, and what are the different things that can define you. Okay, what is uniqueness there, right? You can define like, okay, I'm okay, this happened in my life. You can tell your experience also, right? Like, this happened in my life and that made me like this, and from now on I'm not like that before, like I was before, now I'm not like that. So these kind of things, or the things that defines you personally, like I'm like this. So you can write in this section. Okay, people write like, okay, my friends can count on me, I'm very hardworking. These are just the common lines. You don't need to Uh, can't you explain in English? Can't you understand in English, Rashdeep? Okay, so the second section will be the personal identity, as I told you. So here are some points that you need to consider. Okay, and there you need to put some things that defines you uniquely. Okay, if you compare yourself with others, what are the different points that can define you? Okay, and that makes you different from others. The second thing, what are your views about life? How you see the situations? Okay, you can tell your experiences. You can tell your failures, and whatever the things you learned from your failures. These kind of things you can mention it here. And then how you look at different situations, the same thing, right? And what are your point of views? So you have to define yourself by yourself. You don't need to go to Google and see like, okay, how to define yourself. Just think. So here in this part, I already told you in previous videos that here in this part, the people who are writers, or the people who's who think like, who has a creative thinking, or like they can define it well, and this section particularly is for them. So please think about yourself and try to write and define yourself properly. So that's the thing. Okay, so the third section will be about Korea. So the first section was personal qualification, whatever you did before and whatever you want to do and applying for. The second section will be the personal identity. Okay, you can write. Okay, the second section will be the personal identity, where you will define yourself, your views about life, your experiences, your failures, and what you learned from your past, and what are you planning for your future. So just a little bit about the future. Okay, you don't need to tell your studies here. Okay, just the general experiences related to life, related to your personal surrounding, related to your personal experiences. Okay, so the third thing you can mention is about Korea, that how you know Korea basically, right? How Korea came into your picture. Okay, how you know about Korea, what are different things you like about Korea, and here you can use this comparison between Korea and your country. Okay, how Korea is different from your country, not only in education wise, but in other areas also, right? Like I already told in many of my videos that Korea is an advanced country, right? If you see in any, like if you compare any area, okay, so you have to do some research about Korea, and you know about India, so you have to compare India and Korea together. Okay, that's how you can write this section. And then after that, if you go like motivations with which you apply for this program, right? What was the motivation? Was it K drama, or like Korean culture, or whatever you want to write? Okay, whatever you think. So okay, you don't need to impress anyone, although yes, it works if you write that I like Korea because of Korean culture or something like this. Yes, it works, but you need to be honest with yourself and with them also. Okay, it's not only the K-pop or Korean culture or whatever, but the education also, or the financial thing also, right? You are getting the scholarship, that is also a plus point of this program, right? Okay, so after that, research. You can, if you are from a research background and you are thinking for applying for masters or PhD, then you can also explain the research related to your field, or the research whatever is there, like whatever, if you read any article by any research Korean researcher or a Korean professor, or you found some work from any like done by any Korean university, you can mention it here, that's why I'm motivated for Korea. Okay, so after that, what are your expectations? So you don't need to write too many lines here, just a small line, and like one line, two line, like because of this, I expect if I get this scholarship, I will do like this, or that will make me like that will help me in some way. So you can define it, define those things here. Okay, so the last thing, so the first section, again, if we summarize these things, first section will be the personal qualification, the second section will be the personal identity. Okay, how you define yourself. The third section is Korea, research, Korean advancement, and what you think about Korea, how you know Korea, what are the different things you like about Korea, and what are the different things that are different from your country. So these kind of things you can write it here. And then at last you can write conclusion. Conclusion means at the end you can write 2 to 3 lines where you can define that if I get this scholarship, that will give a different direction to my future, how you have to think by yourself. Okay, so you can write these lines, and whatever you want to do in future, how this scholarship can help you, you have to think that, and you have to write it here. So that's how you can make your statement of purpose or personal statement or self introduction. So whatever they ask, you can write it in this way. So that is only my experience that I want to share with you guys. You can write whatever you want to write. These are just the suggestions. If you want to follow, you can follow. If you don't want, then also it's fine with me. Okay, so again, first personal qualification, then the identity, how you define yourself, what are the uniqueness, what is the uniqueness in you, and what are the different things that are different in you than others, and how you see life, and those kind of things. And then how Korea, why Korea, and what are like what are the different things that you know about Korea, and how you relate Korea with your journey of life. And then at last, the conclusion part. Okay, so this was the for statement of purpose, personal introduction, and whatever you want to call it, the self introduction. Okay, that's how you can write it. So this was the first portion. If you guys have any question, we can have a small Q&A, and then we can go for the study plan. Okay, so if you have any question, you can write it here regarding statement of purpose, self introduction, or these kind of things. Yes, you can apply for multiple countries. Okay, you guys don't have any question regarding this personal statement? If you don't have, then we can move to. Yeah, yeah, I will not remove, don't worry. Okay, so can we? Yes, you can write your achievements in your personal, that I told you, that the personal identity, right? That I achieved this, and I am like in 2% top 2% students of my university, my college, whatever. There are distinct questions. I already mentioned everything, right? Whatever they ask there, the motivations, the future. ओके, सो कितने पेजेस के होने चाहिए, ये सब जो है वो ऑलरेडी डॉक्यूमेंट्स में मेंशन होगा, ठीक है? उसके लिए तुम्हें टेंशन लेने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, वो वहाँ पर सब कुछ मेंशन होगा कि ये वाली चीज़ इतने पेजेस में होनी चाहिए, इतना फ़ॉन्ट साइज़ होना चाहिए या फिर यहाँ से इतने से ज़्यादा नहीं लिखना है, तो उसके लिए तुम्हें टेंशन लेने की ज़रूरत। और रिसर्च प्लान जो है, वो तुम्हें स्टडी प्लान में देना होगा, ठीक है? जो स्टडी प्लान जो दूसरा फॉर्म होता है, उसके बारे में। Okay, so now we will move forward for the study plan. So first of all, if you see, have you guys seen the 2020 guidelines? Like, if you want to apply for 2021, then I think you should go and download the guidelines from GKS Notice, and then you can read the guidelines, and there you can find the study plan and the things they ask in the study plan. Okay, so okay, so if you go with the study plan, the first thing they ask you about the goal of study. Okay, so if you have done your BSc or MSc and you want to do your PhD or you want to do your masters or even if you want to do your bachelor's, you should have at least one goal, right? So you can think about something, whatever you want to do or whatever you want to apply or whatever you are going to apply. Okay, like the course you are going to apply. For example, if you are going to apply for immunology or microbiology or anything environmental science or whatever you want to apply, okay, there will be a specific goal. Okay, there will be specific study under this particular field, I should say. Like if you're applying for microbiology, like I did, I applied for MSc biotechnology, and there I mentioned about the probiotics, right? If you guys know what are probiotics, so that is a different thing. So that's how you need to decide a goal, what you want to study, right? For example, like if I take like, because I'm a microbiologist, if I need to take an example of a microbiologist, how he or she can write is like, I want to study this particular bacteria, what are different things I want to study. So I have to make one line, like if you guys did your project in BSc, MSc, if you did, right? That's how you can define your goal of study, what you want to do. Okay, and the people who are still not clear with this goal of study, like what I can, how I can define all of these things in just one line, then they can just leave this section. Only the point, this point, the goal of study, you can leave this and just make a generalized paragraph where which explains everything. Okay, the second thing is, so okay, so first thing you will write the goal of study, and then again, like here also I made some kind of sections. Wait a second. Okay, so here also I made some sections. Like the first section would be the goal of study, where you can write one line or even two lines is fine. If you make it short, then it would be better. The second thing will be the background. Okay, so here you can write like at least 6 to 8 lines or even 9 lines that explains what you did till now. So there in the statement of purpose, or I would say personal introduction or self introduction, there you defined your personal qualification just in one line only, like I did BSc in blah blah whatever. But here you have to define whatever you did and what are the courses you studied. Okay, and whatever the things you learned from those courses, and as well as your practical knowledge, like whatever the things you learned practically. So those kind of things you can define in 8 to 9 lines, and that will be like 1 or 2 paragraphs if you can make it. So that's how you can make the second paragraph, that will be your background. Okay, what was your study background and whatever you learned from your study background, so it will be there in the second paragraph. The third paragraph. Okay, so I will take the Q&A later on. So the third paragraph would be, wait a second. Okay, so the third paragraph would be how Korea can help. Okay, so from the second paragraph, you will maybe you write like I did this and there I found this and that's why I want to do this. Okay, so there is a future that is coming out of this second paragraph from the background. Okay, there is something coming out, and that something has something that can relate your application that can relate your education with your future education, right? With your higher education. Like how? So let me explain this in a more simple manner, if I can. So for example, if I say that I did this in bachelor's, and then I came through this particular topic, and that's why I have interest in this particular topic, and then I found something that is there in Korea that is related to this topic, and that only Korea or Korea. Okay, only Korea can also help this, but you should not write only Korea, but you can write like this, that Korea can help me in this. How? Then you need to define about Korea. Okay, whatever related to education now. Like in the self introduction, you defined the things generally, right? How Korea can help you, but in this particular document, the study plan, you have to define how Korean education can help you, like in terms of labs, in terms of research, in terms of education, or whatever you want to do in future. Okay, how it can help. So the third paragraph, that what is there in Korea, and your specific field, how it is related to Korea, and how Korean education can help you achieving your goals, and these kind of things you have to write. So for this, you can do your research. You can find different universities that are right, that are providing these courses at graduate level, like whatever you want to study. Like for example, like I give my example, microbiology. So to try to find the universities that are providing the courses in microbiology, immunology, that are related to microbiology. Okay, all the fields related to your field, you have to find those fields. You have to study different professors, and then you can write that I learned about different universities, different professors studying in this particular field, and I found that these particular fields or these particular professors are doing great. Okay, how that you can write. Okay, you need to explain this particular thing also here, right? That I found that professor, you can name them also. If you want to apply from university track and you have some professors that are doing great in the field you want to work in, so you can write that here. Okay, so this was the third paragraph, and then you can go for the problems. Okay, how either Korea, or if you're applying from India or from your country, whichever country are you from. So you're from for example, okay, so if you are from India, or you want to apply for Korea, like this. So let's go just taking the example of an Indian. Okay, so if you are from India and you are going to apply for Korea, so you can see what are the different problems are there in India, and what are the problems are there in Korea, and how they are related. Or you can so there are two things that you can follow. The first thing, that if I am doing this, or if I will do this, okay, if I get this scholarship, and if I follow my dream and follow my this research, and in future I can help in this particular problem, that you can define, like air pollution or whatever the world is facing right now, right? You can find the problems related to your field. You can research about them, then you should Google, right? You can go to Google, you can see what is Korea facing these days, what is India facing these days, and how my education can help India later on, how my education can help Korea also. So these kind of things you can mention it here, right? So the last, the contribution. Okay, so if you learned about different universities, and like different professors, or whatever the work they are doing, and if you found their work interesting, and they did some major contribution to the society, then you can mention that also. Whatever you learned, whatever you studied, you can write it here, that I studied, that professor blah blah has done this, and that was such a great work, and after that I want to work with him, or whatever. Like whatever you studied, you can mention it if there is a specific contribution, and that should be related to your field that you want to apply. Okay, and then at last there is a paragraph that where they ask you about your future goals. So in here, of course, whatever you will do, if you do your BSc, then you will go for an MSc, you can write it here. If you do your MSc, you will go for PhD, you can write it here. But you have to define in a good way. Okay, in a, not just simply, okay, I if I will get the chance to do my masters, I will go for PhD. No. Okay, just write it in a good way, attractive way. How? So if you write about your future, you can, yes, you can write that this particular scholarship will help me, giving a new direction to my future, and I will uh, work as a researcher here and there, whatever, or I will do my PhD from here. Yes, you can write, but in addition to that, the same things that you mentioned in the earlier paragraph, like in the problem section or in the contribution section, or whatever you think that my education can help, okay, you can mention it here. So you don't need to write too many lines in the future plan. So if they ask you to write 2 pages for the study plan, you, how you can write it, 1.5 page would be for the study, the study plan, like uh, the goal of study, the background, and the related to KGSP and problems, contributions, whatever you studied. And then after that, in the half page, you can write the future plans or future goals that will be your future goals. Okay, you don't need to write too much, but I think you should be more specific than just writing anything. Okay, so these were the tips that I want to give for a study plan and the personal introduction or the self introduction or the SOP, whatever you guys are uh, whatever you guys want to write. So or you need to write, right? It's not you want to write, you have to write. So yeah, so that was for today. If you have any question regarding SOP or regarding the mm, study plan, you can ask me here. So from now we will take you and question and questions from you guys, and then do the personal statement as need to have 3 different copies to according to universities we are applying to. Yes, there will be first that original documents, all the original documents, original, not your mark sheets, but the document like the application form. Okay, then after that you have to make 3 photostat copies. Okay. नहीं, उसमें ऐसा कुछ नहीं लिखना होता। उसमें छोटी सी चीज़ें मांगते हैं, क्यों जाना चाहते हो, कौन कौन सी यूनिवर्सिटीज़ हैं, कौन कौन सी यूनिवर्सिटीज़ चूज़ की और क्यों की, और फ्यूचर में क्या करना चाहते हो और इंडिया को कैसे हेल्प होगी, ऐसे ऐसे क्वेश्चंस होते हैं उसमें। I already told in one of my videos the amount of money you need if you want to visit Korea. Is it necessary to submit reference paper for PhD? No, it is not necessary, but it would give a plus point to your application, of course. And can you point out some problems with Korea as stated in point 4 of your study plan as examples? So I don't have any right now. I don't have any like the current issue that I can tell you, but you can go to Google and ask like but you know that for example air pollution is always a problem, right? Anywhere in the world is a problem. But yes, of course, Korea also is facing even there was even if there was no corona, but people were still wearing the mask because of the air pollution. So you can find it on Google, I think. Which papers you label? I don't understand. Thank you. One original document, if you are talking about your mark sheets, you don't need to submit any original mark sheet or degree. You can just photocopy and notarize them and can submit, but you don't need to give your original documents. You just need to give the original application form together with 3 photocopies. Apostille बताता है basically that your documents are real. Okay, there is no fraud. And how you can do is you can go, there are 10 to 12 different offices. I have a friend who already told me about this. There are 10 to 12 offices in India. You can go there and they can notarize your documents, apostille your documents, but it takes like if you're doing it legally. It takes maybe 20 days, 20 to 25 days. And if you are hiring some agent, then yes, you need to spend more money, but it will take less time. Can we go to Korea on basis of cosmetology? I'm not sure about the medical courses. Okay, so that's all about today. If you like the video, please like the video, share the video. Okay, now we are getting the questions. Okay, 2 more minutes, 2 or 1 more minute I can give you, and then we can just, in the application form there's a page of personal statement and SOP. Should we write within the page or can we make separate page? You should write within the same page. And if you, they have mentioned the guidelines. Okay, just wait for the guidelines, I think. पेरेंट्स प्रूफ नेशनल आईडी बिल्कुल सही बहुत है. Cosmetology, it's not medical, bro. Cosmeto, I think, I know, like as far as I know, it's a skin, right? Cosmetics, cosmetology, cosmetics. Dermatology is skin, right? Oh god. Sorry, I'm not sure about the that also. Okay, sorry for that. Sorry for saying cosmetology. It's a dermatology, so I'm confused with these. Yes, I already asked one of my friend, and soon we will have this collab, I think. Yes, you should have your passport. Okay, so let's ask these questions in the group or in the Google Meet. Now it's time to say bye bye. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining. If you like the video, like it, share, give a like, share my video, comment, and let me know what are the different things or topics you want to make you want me to make videos on. And yeah, and please subscribe the channel. We have this goal of 10K till March, but I don't think we can complete it, but at least we can try. So yeah, if you like the video, please like and let me know in the comment section if you want me to change anything. Okay, thank you so much for watching and thank you for joining.